The world of Amaranth is a beautiful place. Sandy shores reach out into the deep blue of the crystal ocean. Snow-capped mountains peer over stretches of dense forest and golden deserts. White plains of frost and snow, shining pockets of swamps and marshes. The skies dance with dragons and beasts as the lands are worked by mankind and monsters alike. The scars of battle and wasted lives are apparent across the countryside, and many towns lie as ghosts, empty or abandoned. Necromancy is a strange art. Terrifying, yet powerful, turning the bodies of those we once knew into puppets of a wizard's will. Through the creative bending of magic, it is often a source of fear or misunderstanding. For thousands of years, with the lack of divine intervention, people were forced to be resourceful. Necromancy was the only path through which magical recovery was possible, and its effects proved robust and terrifying. Wizards who let their ambition and greed overpower their morals raised armies of the dead and used them to overthrow cities and nations. The country of Ceres nearly fell. The day of the fall came. The landscape was wiped clean of the dead, skeletons and wights instantly burned in holy fire as the commanding power of the Raven Queen washed across the land. The necromancers fled, many of them cleansed of power, and for the first time in centuries, the night was silent. The gods retook their place. The mornings were greeted with holy magic. Mankind looked to the skies again with new hope, as the gods they had read about and heard stories of their whole lives were answering them, and answering each of them loud and clear. A new wave of paladin orders and temples and all of the divine's names sprouts across the world, and the time-forgotten practice of divine healing was remembered. A century passed. As the landscape has continued its recovery, new and troubling issues arise. A tentative cold war brews between the floating lands of Zephyr and the Arcanatech nation of Ceres, and the world is slowly but certainly being separated to two sides, as new technologies and their abilities seem to outweigh the practical ease yet complexity of old magics. But our story does not look to these countries, or even their problems. In a world filled with stories, Amaranth always has a tale to tell, of life and death, of heroes and villains, but not this one. Instead, this story focuses upon a pair of halflings as their trade vessel gently pulls into dock in the harbor. The town of Ferrum brings a single word to your mind: salt. The town smells of it. The air is rich from the crystal ocean, blended unceremoniously with the smells of fish being sold at the pier, and the acrid burn of forges being stoked nearby. The pair of you arrive with a goal, stepping off of the ship and heading down the docks. No one seems to pay either of you any mind, and you see folks of all kinds. You watch a drider stringing a sail atop a mast, an absurdly wide hat atop its head. A half-orc proclaims you look much too unarmed to be two halflings wandering on their own, and that his steel will keep you safe. What do you do?
I know what I do. I turn to Ollie, and I'm like, halfling low five, we made it.
Ollie will reciprocate the low five.
Right.
Thanks for the sound effect. And she'll kind of look around, sniff a little.
Kind of smells like home, right?
A little bit.
Isn't our home?
It would smell a lot like Trident, yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
You are not unfamiliar with the sense of a pier and a dock.
Yes.
Well, here we are.
Yep. So do we want to go straight there or like see the city first?
Kind of want to get the lay of the land if we're going to be staying here. You know?
All right.
Maybe there's a halfling quarter or something?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. Roll me perception checks.
Doop, doop, doop. Where is my D20 plus?
Where?
Hey, you never added my thing.
You're right,
All
I
right.
didn't.
It's okay.
I will get to it.
Plus 3. Oh, yeah.
I don't see shit.
It's okay, I'm paying attention. Maybe I stand on your shoulders.
So,
That's hilarious.
Well,
Ollie, you
together
step
we
off.
make one full person.
Yeah.
You guys step down the plank, and as you're looking across the pier and all these people doing their business, it is early evening. You see some people are beginning to pack up, as it were. You seem to get distracted as you watch the Drider, and he kind of nearly acrobatically clings to the ropes of this topsail that he's working on.
Have we seen Driders before? Is this weird?
You might have seen one or two. It's not weird, but they're not uncommon.
Okay.
I mean, they're not common. Sorry.
That's
Kith.
like those are two things that don't mean the same
I
thing.
apologize.
Okay, yeah.
Kith.
So Ollie's like, he's big.
Yeah.
So big.
Kith, you do manage to look around the city and actually pay attention to what is actually of interest to you. You spy battlements and towers over the houses in front of you. You see lots of businesses stretching out across this main stretch of road. Lots of vendors and blacksmiths and textile salesmen and food vendors are all have their businesses open on this main strip, but a lot of them are beginning to close up shop.
Oh, maybe we should ask. I'll try to grab somebody that's closing up
Okay.
and ask if there's a halfling area of the city.
You stop. The first person that is immediately available would be that half-orc blacksmith.
Okay.
So you ask him, and he just, not in particular, I suppose. Maybe up by the taverns.
Okay.
That sounds right.
And just since I've got you, which way is the Marigard Academy?
The towers. You can't miss them. And he points
Okay.
at the towers you saw earlier.
Thanks.
Do you
Appreciate
have a second? Or are you busy?
I just killed the forge, so if you need repair work, I can do that tomorrow.
Oh no, I just me and my hands. I was just curious. How? What's it like living here? Does the academy? How's it like with the locals?
Oh, it's all right. We're always pretty safe. Occasionally, the Marigard folk will come by and ask us for assistance on some shenanigan. But the fall festival is every year, and that's coming up pretty soon, so that's always exciting.
Love a good party.
Oh, well, I'm sure you will.
Thanks.
Of course.
Is there a temple district?
There's temples.
Is there a temple to Kellamvor?
Who?
My guess is. Anyway, thank you. Let's keep. We should just have a look around.
Good
Okay.
luck, then. And he goes back to, you see he's like shoveling tools into a bag. So where do you go now?
What does the layout look like from here?
So
Are there a lot of streets, and how windy is it?
the pier and the dock is, carved to the shape of the shore. The water is maybe about 5 feet below the dock, and then it's basically just cobbled straight ahead of you, connected to the docks. Straight ahead of you, off of the docks, is the actual main strip, and it is a long road that runs down the middle of Farum. It's a straight stretch. It looks like it's kind of made as efficient as possible to get from the main gate of the town down to the docks and back. Off of that main stretch, you see all sorts of alleys and crags, little nooks, and then you do see that the entire city has walls that seem higher than you would expect for a small town.
Like to explore a little bit. Just basically just trying to get the lay of the land, familiarize myself with the streets. Like I'm used to just sort of knowing my way around in a city and just trying to not complete, like I'm not pulling out a cartographer's kit or anything, but just kind of getting a sense of the place.
Roll an investigation check.
Oh, great.
Can I assist?
Unless you want to stand there and watch. Yes. This would be an advantage. Oh, God.
Oh my god, I do that every time.
Ollie, roll that with advantage. 'Cause she's
Okay.
helping you.
Oh, I'm helping so hard.
5.
Well, that's better than 0.
So,
We get lost.
Promptly.
Don't even make it to the academy.
so Farum does not actually look too different from Priscillus. It's got a mishmash of people here, and all of them seem to be the same kind of color of tan. A lot of people look like they are fishermen for life. This is very obviously a seafood collecting town. Whether it be contracted to that by a larger city, or if it's just what it's good at, you're not sure. With a 5, the town is not in a grid layout. So it looks like this main stretch is the only street that is a straight line. It looks like this town was originally maybe a small little cluster of buildings, and it grew rapidly, and you don't know in what direction it grew.
Well, this is, I thought it was a lot like home, but it's really not.
I don't know, it seems like home to me. There's fish, it smells of the sea, buildings are close together. Could be worse.
Which direction were we going?
I don't... does my roll count towards that?
I mean, you asked him and he pointed toward the towers. You could head straight toward them, which looks like it's straight up the street.
Right. Can we still see the towers now that we've been wandering around, or...
Oh, you can almost always see them. Unless you're too close to a building that it's literally too tall to see them, you can always catch a glimpse of them.
Well, we are very short.
It could be a problem.
Yeah. All right, so
I can see the towers. I'm not worried that we're gonna get totally lost.
Okay, but I guess I feel like my exploring isn't getting us anywhere, so we might as well head towards... Maybe we can see what's closer to the towers, since that's probably what we're going to be paying attention to while we're here anyway.
Once we get in the tower, we can look out the windows and see the layout of the town.
Sure. You can see layouts from higher up.
Well, it's taller,
So what are you guys doing?
We head towards the tower and explore the area around the tower.
Okay, as you guys are heading toward the towers...
What did you expect with a couple of halflings?
I don't know. Broken eggs. As you guys head over toward the towers that is the Merigard Academy, you do come across... You take a back route, because you've been kind of going through the spaghetti that is the Farum's side streets.
We're at home here.
Much of the streets are cobbled. It seems like the town is pretty well taken care of. One thing you do notice is most of the buildings are stone, the walls are stone, and all of them show signs of, cuts in the stonework, there's been fighting in almost every street.
Is that something we see at home, or is this new?
You've never seen that in residential areas, but it's here.
Can I... Ollie can almost certainly not tell this, but she's going to try anyway. She's going to sort of fingertip at some of the cracks in the stonework and see if she can get a sense of how old the cuts are.
Roll a survival check. That would be a safe survival check.
Fuck my rolls tonight.
They seem like they've been there for a while.
What are you doing?
Just saying hello to the rock. Let's go.
Okay.
You don't know. Some of the gashes are really deep cuts.
Are you looking for some kind of hidden signs or something? Trying to track down the local?
I was just there's all these cuts, the slashes in the stonework. There's been fighting, and I was just trying to get a sense of how recent the wars were that came to this place, but I can't tell.
Let me try.
Roll.
I mean,
It's 3.
It's a rock.
18. Kith,
Well, yeah, it's a rock, but
Kith,
you know,
you go.
read a book.
It's like a corner on one of the houses, and that she's looking at, and you get closer, and you immediately tell these are cuts from. Some of them seem really old. Some of them show signs of rain weathering away at the stone, and some of them don't look that old. Some of them look maybe a year old.
Well, I mean, this one here is really like worn and it's rounded. You can see that it's been there a long time, but like, look at this one. It's like really sharp and fresh.
With an 18.
I think this is limestone, and limestone's pretty crumbly, but
With an 18, you would know that some of these cuts are from sword slashes or axe strikes, and some of them are from bone.
from bone?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of
and
a
this
rounded
here,
cut even on the inside.
like, obviously this was a sword. You can see that, right?
Looks like a rock.
She's not wrong.
I'd say some of these happened within the last year or so.
Huh.
I wonder if they get attacked a lot. Was that in the brochure?
You did not receive a foldable pamphlet.
Iriakis didn't give me anything to read, but he knows I'm not great at that, so...
Let's keep going.
Yeah, alright.
People live here. Obviously, it's not that bad.
As you approach the...
Well, the
Maybe they do
blacksmith guy said that they're pretty safe, so maybe the mercs just take care of everything and everybody hides in their house.
Or maybe they do mock battles in the street for the academy. Huh? Doesn't really make sense that they destroy their own buildings, but maybe. Sure, there's a good, reasonable explanation.
Sure. Interesting, though. Sorry,
Yeah.
DM, we were...
That's okay.
Yeah.
You can speculate
Make 'em work
about
for it.
the small town is all you want. As you guys approach the Marigard Academy, you're approaching from a side angle. You don't go straight up to the gatehouse. And only a block away, you do come across what looks like a large tavern. On the front of it, it is called the Merry Guard.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Clever.
I like it.
The Merry Guard. We should go drink there.
It must be the it's got to be the pub for the... I mean, it's got to be.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Should we check it out first?
We're still outsiders, though. We just be tourists going into the local
that's
bar.
a good point. That'd be super awkward if we came in later.
Yeah, and like what if we were like super drunk? Would we meet people? Like,
Oh yeah, that'd be bad.
we gotta
Stay on
let's
task.
do it. But I'm really glad to know that there's a local boozer with a sense of humor.
Yes.
Okay, so you've found a bar.
We found the pub.
You did.
Okay.
Your in-depth scrutiny has discovered signs
The
of battle
halflings.
damage and a bar.
The halflings have found the pub.
We're feeling better. We know where the
Yeah,
bar
we
is.
feel better.
Closest bar.
I was really looking forward to that big reveal on session 1. The name of the tavern is this cheesy joke, and you just came across it.
We
That's
ruined
okay.
it.
Did you see what I named the tavern that's by our house back home?
Half pint.
It's adorable.
We love it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Great. Came up with that all on my own.
I'm
It was
very
great.
proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I hate puns, but there you go. Okay.
Do you? Because I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to broaden my, myself.
Sure. Okay.
All right, let's go. Let's go see if what time we sign in and what we do. That way at least we know what we're supposed to be doing. And then worst case we're too late in the day, we'll go to the tavern, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's, yeah.
Yeah. And maybe we could get a little peek around and, get an idea how
For
things
sure.
are done.
Definitely.
Okay.
I'm excited.
So, you guys head up to... let's see.
Gate.
You're heading up to the gatehouse. The gatehouse is open. As you step in, you see that the Marigard Academy is everything you heard it was. A stout greystone keep is sentineled by spires. Arrow-slit windows and protected battlements remark of a history in the structures. The main keep itself appears only 2 or 3 stories in height, though it appears wider than you can tell from here. Trees and archery butts block your view after a ways. To the sides of a stone path ahead, you see the grounds of the academy are well kept. Flat stretches of grass that appear tended to either by careful hands or by hungry horses that you hear chuffing and pacing within a large stable to your right. Short fences and paddocks weave between high trees and boulders throughout the grounds to your left, some of which show signs of wear or irresponsible practice. Banners of the Marigard hang from high spires, and they flap lazily in the breeze, the evening sun dancing across the crimson fabric. The spires bastion the keep at all corners, and they reach high above the walls, with large windows, some of which you can see flashes of light and bursts of smoke emerging from. Your ears fill with a symphony of effort. The sounds of clashing blades and shouted commands echo from the training yards. Resounding thunder and staccato thumps accompany smoke that rises from within the keep, and you witness lights drop from skies and places that you can't see. The air is much fresher here inside the gatehouse, and both of you are nearly startled out by a voice. Do my eyes deceive me, or do I spot a pair of new recruits? Only fresh meat looks so glazed over.
Ollie will react by, immediately defensive stance, flipping around, looking around, what the...
Directly behind you, a half-elf is, standing over you, and her eyes are dancing between both of you. She looks young, though her eyes show signs of constant smiling, as she is wearing a smirk right now. Well, I'm the Academy's humble minstrel, and you can call me Tally. And she gives a small curtsy, perhaps with mock dramaticism.
Hi, Tally. I'm Kithmia. Nice to meet you.
A pleasure.
Ollie.
I can see which one of you the fighter is, then.
We rhyme.
Yes, we do. Good on you for catching that. I missed it. What a shame. Who am I to be a minstrel?
I am not a minstrel.
Are you sure? You look like you could play the part.
I could try.
You want to? And she has a lute over her back, and she starts unshouldering.
Try it.
Ollie looks dubious.
Do it.
Give it a
Do
shake.
it.
Give it a shake.
All right. I will try to play the lute. Having never tried to play the lute before.
So, are you proficient in performance?
I am not.
Doubt that.
My proficiencies are disguise kit, painter supplies, and thieves tool.
Would you say you've ever played a lute before?
Negative.
All right, roll a performance check with disadvantage.
All right, look at my.
You got this.
Okay. Roll.
A 9.
That's more like it. Yeah.
You don't know where to put your fingers.
No.
You don't know what string does what. You're not really sure how to make the noise do.
Ollie so she's holding the lute, and she kind of makes a horrible, twangy, springing sound,
Tally,
and then kind of, and quickly hands the lute back.
Tally, when you first start, she's got a very wide smile, a toothy grin on, and then and she's well, maybe not.
Just quickly hands it back, oh god, it's gonna bite me.
No, that's a really good try, Ollie. You did great.
I will leave the music making to others.
Well, I give you credit for trying.
I shall be a happy audience member.
Then I look forward to seeing you at any of my performances. I don't really give any.
Do you
Well-
play? Do you perform over at the Merry Guard?
If I'm drunk enough.
Ah.
Anyway, she, turns and begins to walk past you. I would talk more, but I'm afraid I have things to do. But I wish you both the best of luck.
Oh,
You
where do
could
we go?
tell We're recruits somehow.
She's, already to the door. And when you say that, she, turns around and just kind of waves at you. To come to her. And then she steps
Oh,
up.
bollocks! All right, quickly follow.
Right. Now we're a couple of halflings running across the courtyard. Right.
Little padding bare feet.
Okay. She's long gone by the time you get to the door. When you enter the keep, you are greeted with noise and banners. This entry hall is well lit, and you see a number of candles lit along the walls to the sides. Artwork of individuals of all races, each bearing all manner of equipment and expressions in their own portraits, stare at you expectantly.
Ooh.
The sounds of conversation fill the entry hall in front of you, and you do see Tally going into a hallway to the left, and Persh, who's craning his neck back toward her. I'm sorry, you don't know who Persh is. The dwarf at the front desk, craning his head back to look toward her. I should really pay attention to my own continuities. It takes a moment. You see he returns to a quill and parchment, though he does glance up at you and he says, greetings, and welcome to the Marigard Academy. How can I help you two?
Hello. We're new blood?
Oh, she did mention. I didn't think you'd be in quite so quick.
Well, here we are.
All
Hi.
right. Well, what you're going to want to do, I need you to both sign here. And he pushes a ledger across the desk toward you. And he says, and then make sure your tuition is ready. You're going to proceed into that selection room there. And he's pointing over your shoulder to a door to your left.
Does the ledger say anything, or is it just a
There's
login?
There's
book?
a list of names on it.
What are the previous names?
The other players.
Well, I would like to try and make note of who they are, so I know who
Go
the other
ahead.
newest
What-
people are.
What languages do you speak?
I speak Halfling, Elven, Gnomish, and Common.
Okay. You see the name at the top. You see the name in a very fancy Elven script. It says Frika Atukan. Then after that, in similarly fancy but not Elven script, is Fortunata. And then
Remember, hers was bigger than the previous one.
it was, yes. And then
I don't know the rest.
following that are all very clearly written. Some of them fancier than others. Jorvander, Lusam, Morrigan, Dormir, and then blank spaces. At the very top of the page, you do notice the name Carlton.
Carlton. Okay. I don't know what that. All right.
It's a name.
I'll sign it.
Okay.
Ollie will write Ollie in big block letters. It is not really a signature,
Sure.
but it is her name.
I'll double check Ollie's spelling.
Ollie.
Okay.
As you're done...
I mean, it's worth checking. She's not too great
No,
with
I'm looking out for my friend.
Sure. Purse doesn't see... The dwarf does not seem to say anything. As he takes the ledger back, he says, all right, best of luck.
Are we gonna get to be roommates? Because we're friends, and it'd be cool if we could be roommates.
No.
Oh. Bummer.
Perhaps
I like
if
your
you
beads.
pass your trial. Thank you.
All right, let's onward and upward.
All right, let's go.
You guys go to the selection room he pointed to?
Yep.
Definitely.
When you enter, you are greeted by another, a slender human man who's reading a book. This one would have slipped your notice, but you hear him speak to you as soon as he steps in. He's clean-shaven, with alert eyes that, while he might be smiling, they're not. Two at once, I see. All right. By all means, take a look at the table and choose by which means you would like to be trained. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. I am Maxwell.
Do
Hi.
people call you Max?
No,
Okay.
Do I see anything that's obviously clerical in nature?
the table is covered in equipment. It might take you a minute to look through.
I start looking.
Are you looking specifically for that?
Well, yeah, or like a holy symbol or something.
You, after a brief inspection, you find a box that has filled with holy symbols, each on a fine silver chain. Most of these holy symbols are of deities you don't even recognize, but you do see the symbol of Kellamore.
Yeah, I grab that.
Okay.
And I'll say, Maxwell, I would like to train as a Kellamvor acolyte.
Ah, a cleric then. All right.
Yes,
Your tuition, please.
I will pay it.
Okay. You hand over the 100 gold.
Yep,
Okay. He turns to you.
my life savings.
He turns to you, Ollie,
So
and says,
expensive.
"And what about you then?"
Ollie would like to investigate the whole table's worth of stuff.
Okay. From left
How do you represent your fists?
From left to
Yeah,
right,
that's-
you see an assortment of equipment, each with a small inscription detailing the training course that's provided and the instructor. A two-handed axe lays across the table, shining sharp and new, a haft of well-oiled hickory. The inscription says, Barbarian Torin. Next is a well-made flute, its fittings silver and glistening, labeled with Bard, Tally. Then a small, ornately crafted crossbow, small enough to be used with one hand, labeled Blood Hunter, Nile. Then that holy symbol box that you saw your friend draw from, labeled Cleric, Treat. The list goes on, equipment for any possible training routine. You notice that the one for Monk is a stick. And the label just says, Monk, Vidic.
Ollie will look up at Maxwell and ask, "What the hell is a blood hunter?"
Is somebody who drinks fiendish blood so that they can track down monsters or those they've decided don't need to live anymore.
Ugh,
Gross.
It's not pleasant.
that's really gross.
Ollie will pick up the stick and spin it around in her hands and sort of test it like, you know, the sort of flippy airbender shit?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what she's doing, just like flipping the stick around.
katas.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
little
but,
too long for you, but you're able
Yeah,
to
yeah.
just fine.
Then hold it up over her head. This is for me.
Alright. That's 100 gold, please.
No refunds, right?
You could bring that up with your trainer if you'd like.
No, it was just a joke. I know how it works.
I'm sorry, I had my sense of humor removed with a knife.
Must have been
Wow.
painful.
No, that was a joke too. You see, I'm just not funny.
I'm gonna like it here.
Here's the money. Just hand over.
He takes it and he
Um,
pulls up.
And it is not all in gold. It is like a lot of it is in like bundled silver and like copper, and it's very, very clear
Okay.
that it has been saved up over a period of time from a lot of
Okay.
workaday random shit.
So because of that, Maxwell, he like takes the pouch from you and he bounces it in his hand to weigh it. And then his eyebrows go up and he like opens it and looks in. And he goes, of course. That is perfectly
Should-
acceptable.
Should all be there.
I trust you. If not, we'll take it out of your hide.
What?
Be very
No,
expensive.
I'm not
Hi.
funny. You know, I try.
Oh, jeez.
It never goes over well. They always think I'm just going to kill them. Which, I might, but that's not the point of the joke.
Right.
Anyway, the cleric's closer, so I just need you both to sign this here. And he pulls another ledger off of the desk that he's sitting next to, and he hands it to you both.
What is this one? Just another list of names?
It is. It is a little. The same names are on it, but the list itself is a little smaller.
Okay. I'll sign it again.
Okay.
Ollie's going to do the same thing. Block letters. OLLIE.
Thank you. All right, so follow.
What are last names? She does not put them on things.
They're not necessary. Apparently,
There's too many letters.
All right, so follow me.
Okay.
He pushes out of the door.
Are we both?
Yes, come on.
Okay.
Come on, Ollie.
Ollie will start using her stick as a walking stick because it's way too big, and just follow.
Sure. It looks like it is a perfectly hewn ash stick.
Yeah, just probably sized for a human.
It is indeed sized for a human.
What was the holy symbol made of?
Silver.
Cool. I'll polish it with my sleeve while we walk.
It is in pristine condition. It looks like it was made just to be put in that box. Maxwell leads you guys down the left hall past the dwarf at the counter. He kind of looks up and he sees you're holding the stick and he says, "Oh, I wouldn't have guessed that."
I'm unpredictable.
That much is for certain. Good luck then.
Thanks.
You might need it.
I bet.
You guys follow Maxwell, and he stops at a door that's just inside the hall. And you notice that all the doors in this hall are only like 2 feet apart, which seems a little weird. But whatever. Maxwell steps at the door, and he looks down to you, Kith, and he says, "All right, this one's you."
Okay, what was the name of the trainer?
You didn't look.
Treat?
Yeah.
No, I'll ask him. Who am I going to talk to?
Treat. Varian Treat. He's a bit of
Treat.
a grump.
Really? Does he like jokes?
Maybe. I never got one out of him, but I'm not funny.
Kind of. What is he? Human? Elven?
Go fucking find out for yourself.
Oh my gosh, okay. I'll give Ollie a hug. Goodbye. I'll see you later. I hope.
Ollie hugs back. You're gonna be fine.
Maxwell pushes the door open. And Kith, through the door, you see a stone room. It's much larger than you might expect. Easily 50 feet across. And it is...
You're on the inside.
It is filled. On one wall, you see a collection of tomes, books, and parchment that line shelf after shelf. Books of all sizes and assortment is rather impressive. Divided from the rest of the room, the books and shelving seems almost out of place. A wooden banister separates them, and then the room is filled with training equipment. Wooden dummies, swords and staves, shields and armor line the wall, and a raised platform in the center of the room is hard to miss. Stone and construction. And the far right side of the room is dominated by an altar. The altar is massive, and atop it are holy symbols of every god you know of, and countless others. The room is remarkably empty at the moment. You do spy a pair of heads bent over a book by the shelves, and you hear metal on stone as a man approaches you. He looks weathered, with hair pulled into a ponytail and a beard drawn into a point, both of which are dappled black and gray. Murky green eyes seem to appraise you as he steps up, his full plate armor rustling with every step, and his arms come into a resting folded position. Well, a new recruit then. I do hope you lost. What's your story?
Lost? I don't think I'm lost.
Lost. I'm sorry I'm from across the pond. Lost. I do hope you don't quit. What's your story?
No. I would like to become a cleric of Kalimavor.
Kalimavor, then. Alright.
Yes, definitely.
Why?
Because I really, really don't like necromancy.
Well, that's as good a reason as any, I suppose. Alright, what do you know? What have you been taught already? What do I have to unteach you?
Well, I mean, I studied for a little bit with the church back in Trident, but where I was, they said I should come here, and I had kind of planned to come here anyway, so mostly just the book work.
Whereabouts in Trident?
Priscillus.
Oh, yeah, I was worried it might be some shithole town. Alright then. You ever had to fight anything? Cleanse the crypt? Dispel an undead?
No.
None of the practical practice then?
No.
Alright, no worries. We'll put you through that. Has he spoken to you yet?
No.
Have you tried?
Not really.
That's fine.
I didn't know I was supposed to try.
Oh yeah, you will. Here's what's going to be what's, fueling your engines, as it were. Giving you the strength you need to actually deal with those necromancers you hate so much.
Good, that's what I want.
I do have some bad news for you, however.
What?
As a contractor here at the Merigard, and it is my duty to turn you into one, you will be responsible for your team. And if that means not killing a necromancer, you're going to have to live with that.
Why?
Because your first duty is to your team, not to killing your personal vendetta.
Well, why wouldn't the team want to kill one?
Because not all necromancers are soul-sucking assholes.
I find that hard to believe.
That's alright. You'll pick it up as we go on. Or you could quit.
I'm not gonna quit.
Are you sure? I'm down to the last two.
No.
Alright.
I'm sure.
Alright then. For the rest of the day, today is your free day, as they say. For the rest of the day, you are on your own, though it is a little bit late. So, perhaps, get something to eat, get relaxed, and get some sleep, because I expect to see you in here bright and early tomorrow.
Can I look at the books?
The rest of the evening is yours.
And where do I go for food and stuff?
Is Maxwell still out there? It's not important. In the main hall behind that grumpy-looking ass dwarf, you'll find the main mess hall. They usually have something up to eat, except for around meals they actually have something proper right stirred up.
Alright, sounds good. Great.
If
Are you Treat?
I am Trait. I apologize, I never caught your name.
Kithmia? Elderberry.
Can I shorten that?
Yeah.
Kith? Kith, fine.
Yeah,
Alright.
sure.
Please, just call me Treat.
Sounds good. Do I keep this holy symbol?
Oh, that's yours.
Cool.
Did you bring one with you?
No. Maybe. I don't know. I have one on my sheet, but I don't know if she actually has.
You could have a small rudimentary one from your...
I have this one, but it's not very nice. It's like wood.
Where
not
the
carved.
means more to you.
Well,
It's about belief.
guess
not
I like them
value.
both. I guess I'll just hang on to both.
There's your answer. Might be smart as well. That silver one might get nicked by someone who a little bit's too brave.
Well, if they need it that bad.
All right. Well, have any more questions for me?
I don't think so.
Then the evening's yours.
Alright. Cool. I'm gonna look at the book.
Okay. There are a lot of them. A lot of them
Awesome.
covering all sorts of different divines and deities and what they expect of their clerics and that sort of thing. You see,
I'll start at the... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I would say I'll start at the bottom shelf. It's lowest.
Okay. Are you looking for something particular or just seeing what's there?
Nah, just grab something.
Okay. You find an explanation on divine magics and how a god would go about granting you one through pure belief. How each spell that you can cast is basically a boon granted by your deity.
Okay, I'll read that till I get really hungry.
Okay, so you just hang out in the training room?
Totally.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check as you look through this book.
Not the sharpest halfling in the drawer, but... A 9.
9. Okay. You find a lot of explanations on how a cleric would ask a deity for help. How more powerful clerics can actually ask their gods to intervene on their behalf. And how, in a few cases, they actually have. Most of these cases are very recent. As for much longer than a century ago, there was no gods. There were no literatures on the deities, only stories passed on. But you do find a few interesting retellings of gods basically showing their hand and stopping a great evil, or halting a natural disaster, repairing a huge problem, all at the behest of a cleric who had proven themselves worthy.
Cool. I'll drink it up.
Okay. After you read that book for a little while, you do feel the pangs of hunger begin to stab you in the gut.
Alright, I'll go find some food.
Okay. You step out of the cleric's training room, and it's literally just around the corner. It's one of the closest rooms to the entry hall, and
That's good, because I have short legs.
this is true. You do smell the sense of food being cooked.
Well, I'll follow my nose.
So you think that because of the town of Ferrum and how much fishing goes on here, you would expect it to all be seafood. And when you go into the main, it's like a big mess hall with long tables that lead all the way down this massive room. And the room has all sorts of tapestries and banners along high walls, one of which is a huge painting that is an artwork's depiction of a massive asteroid falling into the ocean right near the nation of Terracona. It is a famous artwork. It's one that you have seen in books before, but this is the biggest one you've ever seen.
Wow.
The hall is busy. You see lots of people at each of the tables eating, some of them conversing, some of them laughing and joking, some of them with their heads down in books, studying something.
Oh man, I could have brought the book. Darn it. Oh.
You do find your way toward the back of the room where there is a long stone counter built into the wall with a window over the back. And you see that there is food set out. What is for dinner is not fancy. It's basically a very thick beef stew with a hard crust bread. It's the sort of food that goes down easy and is very filling for lots of people.
Okay. I'll grab that.
Okay. They don't
And
seem,
I'll look around. Oh,
They don't seem to restrict
Sorry.
how much you eat. In fact, they don't seem to say anything as you look in the window, and you don't see any sort of cooks. You see huge suits of armor are thudding around in the kitchen.
Whoa! Just the armor.
Just armor.
I will watch that in fascination for a few minutes.
Their gauntlets appear to be having difficulty handling some of the cooking utensils, but there must be some sort of enchantment going on, because the armors are quickly and efficiently making food, if a little clumsily, and then serving it and setting it out on the counter. There is no people in that kitchen.
Alright, after I watch that for a bit, I'll grab my food and I'll look around and see if there's any other halflings or gnomes, tiny people.
All sorts. There's all sorts of people at this academy. You see dragonborn, tabaxi, elves, half-elves, humans, dwarves, gnomes, halflings, goblins. You see a mishmash of races here. You see Azamar and Tiefling over by what looks like a dragonborn, and they're all complaining at each other about a spell the sorcerer instructor was trying to teach them.
Okay. I'll start with the halfling. See if I can make some friends.
Okay. You sit down next to the halfling, who is across the table from what looks like an elf. And he doesn't really... he kind of, half side-eyes at you. He just kind of shrugs and goes back to eating. Do you say anything?
I'll say hi.
Hey there.
New here, obviously.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yep. Okay, I'll eat.
Okay.
Where's Ollie?
You don't see her. After you start eating for a little while, they don't talk a lot, but they don't say anything mean to you. They do talk to each other, and you kind of collect some information by pure osmosis, and it's clear that these two are rogues.
Oh. Alright, I'll play it cool. Yeah, it's cool, I don't act particularly troubled by what they're talking about. Cool. I've had roguish friends.
Okay. When you don't seem put off by them talking about ways to sneak up on people and knock them out, they warm up a little bit.
Great!
And you learn that the halfling's name is Canner.
Okay.
And the elf's name is Tisila.
How do you spell that?
Tisila.
And how do you spell Canner? With a K?
C.
With a C?
It's just like the word Canner. He doesn't tell you his real name.
Alright. It's a halfling?
It is a halfling.
And the other one was an elf?
Yes. An elf female and a halfling male.
Okay. Taking
He
notes.
keeps calling the elf Tizzy, and she seems to be getting annoyed about it.
Oh, I won't call her that. I'll just ask them where they're from, chit-chat,
Yeah, they talk to you for a bit. They talk about being, Canner brags a bit about being from Silver's Reach and Saris, whereas Tizzy just talks about being from Aurelia as well, a small hamlet nearby. She's not too social, but she seems much more knowledgeable as far as being a rogue actually is than Canner does.
I will ask if they have any pointers as a new person, anything I should look out for.
Canner turns to you and with a very knowing, self-confident, full of bullshit smile says, "Oh, just make sure you listen to everyone. It's the best thing you can do."
Okay. Seems reasonable. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Do you give them your name?
Yeah, I'll introduce myself.
Okay. They,
Tell them where I'm from.
by the end of the meal, they seem friendly-ish. They're not
Sure, it's a meal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to sit with someone.
Yeah, you make a couple friends.
Cool. Alright. I mean, there's only like, what, 2 cleric people, he said, so they're not exact.
Oh. I think my internet just died. Oh, dear. Can you hear me? Oh, come on. Okay, can you hear me now?
Now I can. That's weird.
Discord just took a crap, so...
Yeah, Discord's been pretty bad this week.
Awesome.
It's happened to me a lot.
Okay. Anyway.
They're having a lot of server splits. Okay.
And did it just happen to me again? Okay. Okay.
Oh, hey!
And-
Change the server region.
Yes.
Alright, we're back. Okay, I filled up the time as best I could. So I go looking for my room now.
Well done. Okay. So you head out of the main hall, and you do realize that you have no idea where your quarters are.
I will see if that guy is at the dwarf is there.
Yeah, he is.
His name I
He's
forgot.
at his desk.
What was his name?
You don't actually know.
Oh, I'll ask him.
Excuse
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm sorry, what was your name? I missed it.
Persh.
Persh?
Persh.
Okay, Persh. Well, I'm Kith, obviously. You met me earlier.
Hmm?
I don't actually know where I sleep.
Oh. Alright, follow me. And he,
Thank you.
steps up from the desk, and he is a stout little dwarf. He's a little on the short side for dwarves. He's only a little taller than you. And he pushes past you over toward where the cleric's door is, and you see him, like, thinking for a moment. He steps over to the door opposite, and he, like... And he kind of opens the door slightly. And he sees there are bunks in here, and he says, this is the one.
Are you sure?
No. But it's
Okay.
my best guess.
Thanks.
Of course.
Thank you.
If you get
Appreciate
in trouble,
it.
it's my fault.
Well, okay. That's good
He kind of
to know.
pushes past you and says, you have a good night.
Yeah, good night. And after he's gone, I'll just sneak back across the hall to the cleric room and see if anybody's still in there.
You go to turn the knob. It is locked.
Darn it. Alright, I'll just take my chances. Sleep in this room. I guess.
You go into that room, and there is a candle lit. You do see there are 6 beds in here, each of them about the size of a modern twin. Each bed is outfitted with a footlocker and dresser. You do see 2 people in here. One of them at the far bed, and the other one at the bed across from him.
Are they awake?
They are awake. They're sitting on their beds. The first one is in the middle of, like, reading a book. The second one is getting changed. And they both look over at you and say... The first one, the one who's reading the book, looks up and says, you're the new one, then.
Is this the cleric room?
Yeah, you're in the right place.
Okay. Wasn't sure. Alright, cool. And I'll introduce myself.
Nice to meet you. I'm Garrett.
Right, Garrett.
And the one
Nice to meet you.
one who's like pulling a shirt over his head finally finishes and says, I'm Thomas.
Alright. Human? Elf?
Garrett is a half-elf. Thomas is a human.
Right. I feel short.
You are short.
Okay, well, should I just pick a bed, or you guys got a preference? Or been here
I've been here. Garrett is speaking. He says, I've been here about half a year. Thomas has been a little longer. Well, it doesn't really matter which bed you take whatever you want.
Okay. I'll pick one kind of down at the other end of the room.
Okay. Each bed does have a drawable curtain that kind of provides a little bit of privacy.
Oh, cool. Nice. Okay, I'll unpack my stuff.
Okay. The foot locker, it's basically just a big trunk. It is more than big enough to hold all of your small person clothes.
Can I open it? It's not too big, is it?
It's a little awkward. You kind of have to step over to the side a bit so you can reach the lid.
Great.
It is a human-sized trunk.
Okay, I'll try to not put anything in there that I need to get to quickly and easily, so...
There is a dresser as well. That looks like it might be a little bit easier to get into.
Oh, I'll use that, yeah.
Okay.
Great. Okay. Go to bed.
Okay. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving. Plus 1d. Plus 17.
17. Yeah, okay. You are in a new place. It's not really a place like any you've been in before. It is very exciting. It is nerve-wracking. But all of these concerns or anticipations you have for your year of training, you swallow them. And you are able to fall asleep quickly.
Cool. I'm where I want to be. I'm excited.
You awaken the next morning after a night of easy rest. And you awaken to the sounds of the other two getting dressed. They're getting kitted out. One of them looks like he's putting on a suit of full plate armor. A lot like what you saw Treat wearing. And the other one is just pulling on what looks like a fine chain shirt and trousers.
Okay, I'll get ready.
Okay.
I guess.
What is your kit?
I picked crossbow, leather armor, mace, and shield. So, unless I don't have that stuff yet.
Yeah, you would have it.
Is that what you're asking?
I was just asking what you're proficient in, what you're gonna be using, really. Let's see.
Simple weapons. I went with Is that on my sheet somewhere?
I'm looking now. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
All right. So you are proficient.
I took the acolyte package, so that's what it kind of threw me at.
Okay. You are all about the making people feel better.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, I went with healing. Purging those undead when I get there.
Okay.
I think I have 2 holy symbols too. Kept asking me if I wanted more, and I said sure.
You do definitely have 2 now.
Yep. Worked out perfect.
Okay. So, the other 2 kind of file out of the room.
Okay.
You follow?
I'll follow him.
Right.
Yeah.
You go straight across the hall.
You guys getting breakfast? You mind if... Oh, no.
They're
Breakfast.
going
That's fine.
straight into the door.
Alright, I'll be tough. I'll follow him. I don't need breakfast. Forget breakfast.
As you step in, the instructor Treat immediately pairs the 2 of them off. He basically tells them, "Alright, so, I need you both to start testing out your own, resistance here. So, go ahead and work on that drill. Get to work." And they immediately nod and just head off to the other side of the room. And then Varian turns to you and he says, "Right. So," he kind of looks you up and down and he says,
Good luck, man.
"Okay, so, necromancer killer and all that. Okay. Come over here." He, waves you over toward the altar.
Okay. Head over.
He sits you down in front of the altar and he pulls the plaque for Kellenvor off the wall and he hands it to you.
Right.
As you're looking at it, he says, "Right, so we touched on this briefly yesterday. You hate undead. Yes?
Yes.
That is an appropriate philosophy, at least for one of Kellenvor.
Yeah, I met another Kellenvor cleric a long time ago. So that's what got me thinking about it.
Sure. Can you tell me, were they of the Marigold?
They were.
Do you know their name?
It was Sharian Fenlar. Do you know them?
Oh, that is before
Him?
my time, I think.
It's like 18 years ago, 16,
Yeah.
something like that.
I've only been with the academy for 10 years, so that's past me. That's no matter. So, I want you to concentrate on that symbol, and I want you to think to Kellenvor, and I want you to ask him anything. Ask him how he's doing. Ask him his favorite color. Just think to him.
His favorite color?
It doesn't have to be that. Just get accustomed to communicating with your deity. He may not reply, and he may. If he does, do not panic.
Okay.
In the meantime, I need to lay a few ground rules. Over the next year, I'm going to be preparing you to become a contractor for the Marigard Academy. Part of that is becoming a cleric. Part of that is becoming a useful team member. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Have you ever worked in a team before?
A little bit. Kind of. I worked together with my friend
Right.
and her brother and another guy.
Okay. That's fine. It's better than not. As assigned to a team in the Marigard, you are going to have to answer to a leader, or you are going to be the leader. I don't know which. It's not really my problem right now. That's for a year's time. Can you follow orders?
Yeah.
Okay. Over the next year, we're going to make sure of that. And also that you can give them
Okay.
So, do you pray on the symbol of Kellenvor?
I do.
What do you pray?
I'm like, hi, Kellenvor. I've never really done this officially before, but how's it going? I hope you're having an awesome day, and I hope you're killing lots of undead, because that's what I've been told you like, and I think that's a good cause. And yeah, so, how's it going?
Okay, roll me a wisdom check plus proficiency at disadvantage.
Proficiency? What do you mean?
Basically, it's like a persuasion... not a persuasion. It's basically a perception check, but you're not trying to perceive anything. It's like you're trying to insight outward. I guess it would be a charisma check, but you're proficient, and it's with your wisdom skill, so...
So, like, the +5 I would have on something I'm proficient in with wisdom?
Yes. But at disadvantage, because...
That was terrible? Yeah. Ha!
Holy shit.
That's right.
19.
Maybe Kellenvor likes a little bit of uncertainty.
Okay. As you're thinking, and you're concentrating on this prayer, you're focusing on the symbol of Kellenvor, and you reach out with your mind, you feel a presence.
Whoa.
It feels like a breeze. It feels like a cool breeze washing across your back. Like you're standing on a ship crossing the ocean. And it feels welcoming. Like you want to move toward the breeze. And in your ear you hear, "I am fine. Thank you for asking."
Okay.
And then the presence goes away.
Probably freaks out a little bit and drops the thing on the ground.
What did I say? What did I just tell you?
It was a little unexpected.
Well,
He said he was fine. And thanks for asking.
you
So,
prayed
that happened.
you prayed to your god and asked him how he was doing.
Yeah. Shouldn't I be concerned about his day?
You see Treat kind of pinches the bridge of his nose a little bit. He says, "That is a perfectly acceptable concern to have."
It shouldn't all be about me. He's the god.
This is going to be an interesting year. All right, well, you cut the mustard at least. They don't answer to those they don't like. So,
Okay.
you've got that going for you. I cannot believe he replied to that. He must not have had anything to do at the moment.
Thanks.
I'm being honest with you. They don't normally partake in social pleasures.
Okay. Alright. Well, then I'm going to feel really great about that he did. So,
In a way, you should be
that's-
impressed. That's remarkable. Right. So, it's to business then. First thing, we need to get you properly kitted. That...
properly wrong with what
he,
I have.
pokes
No.
you in the leather armor, and your shoulder hurts where he poked you. And he
Ow.
says, "This, doink, is not going to protect you, doink, from anything.
Ah! Stop it.
As a cleric, you are going to be channeling, doink, your god. And as such, you need to stay alive to do so, doink. Follow me." And he heads over to the wall of equipment. And
Rub my shoulder.
he gives you another sizing up, and he's looking over the racks, and it's beneath the rack of weapons along the wall. Laid out on the shelf are all sorts of armor. Each of them are in really good condition, They're well made, all of them. They all are stamped with a very fine symbol of the Maryguard Academy. Some on the necks, some on the shoulder. It's very hard to spot unless you know where to look for it. He lifts up what looks like a breastplate, which lays over chainmail, and he kind of holds it up to you, and he says, No, it's the wrong size. And he picks up something else, and it spends maybe, let's see, maybe...
Good luck digging out halfling size.
10 minutes of looking through what he's got. He kind of glances up at you and says, "What's your favorite color, then?"
My favorite color?
Yeah. You want to look nice, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Red? White? Blue? I don't know.
That's a shame, it's all gray. And he picks up a big piece of armor.
Why did you ask me?
Thought it'd be funny. He picks up a chest plate and he says, You're not likely to be sneaky, are you? No.
Wasn't planning on it.
Bloody hell, no way. And he pulls up a suit of armor. And it looks like it's full plate, almost. It's just missing a few of the joints and stuff. And he says, Yeah, this'll do it.
You want me to wear that?
Yeah, I want you to wear this.
I don't think I could even lift that.
He kind of puts this chest plate and pauldrons and greaves in your arms. Your arms are like getting overloaded with metal pieces.
Oh my gosh.
He says, Right, you're the head to the forge. They're going to fit this to you.
Where's the forge?
It's right outside. Left tower. It's on the inside of it.
Okay.
Tell Seka I sent you.
Can't I wear the chain? That looks lighter.
Can I wear the chain? That looks like... No.
Okay.
Go on. Get
All right.
fitted.
I'm going.
He kind of shoves you out the door, and he turns to the other two, and he says, Good. That's how you cast that. Move on to the next one. So, your arms are laden with armor.
Oh my gosh. Dragging it down the hall.
Persh glances up from his paperwork, and he says, You know where you're going with that, then?
Some tower that way, I think.
Out the front,
right?
Out the front door to the left. First
Thank
tower.
you.
No problem. Tell Seka I said hi.
Appreciate
I'll
it.
send her a muffin later.
All right. These people saying hi. Okay. Got it.
Okay. Do you proceed straight there?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
This
Because I don't want to haul this any further than I have
It
to.
is pretty heavy. You come around to the side of the courtyard. It is a big yard. It actually is maybe a good 5-minute walk to the tower from the front.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
It's not that heavy.
All
You are
right.
able to carry it okay. You don't need a save or anything. You're just a little fatigued when you get there.
Sure. Tired.
You just might want to complain when you get there. You get to the forge.
Yeah.
And the sounds of steel ringing on steel fills your ears, and the smell of hot iron and carbon fills your nose. It's kind of this acrid, pungent smell. It's not unpleasant, but it's definitely one you know. You push around the corner, and you see a half-orc who is hammering a billet on an anvil. One second.
I head over. Oh, alright.
She just says 1 second as she's hammering the billet. It takes a minute, and she continues hammering, even with you standing there. You see the steel on the anvil. Finally, the orange glow begins to dissipate. And as soon as it turns a little bit more red into the gray, she shoves it back in the forge. She wipes her forehead, and she turns to you and says, What is it?
What was her name?
Seka.
Seka. Are you Seka?
Aye.
I'm supposed to bring this armor to be fitted.
Ah.
And I also have messages of hello to pass on, which I will do.
Yeah, thank you. You're one of traits, huh?
Yeah.
He does this with anyone. Let's see what you got.
I drag it over.
Half plate. Okay.
That's half?
Yes, that's half.
Oh my gosh.
See, it's missing.
Oh my gosh.
It's missing the guards here, and it doesn't have the articulations here. It's almost as good protection as full plate, but your joints are a little open.
Okay, I don't know how people could wear more than that. That's really heavy.
You get used to it with the harness and everything. Just stand still and take that leather off. We gotta get this fitted.
Alright, I'll do that.
Then you spend the next hour while she takes your measurements and pulls these chunks of armor up to you. And then she, like, marks them with a piece of a piece of charcoal. Excuse me. And you get yourself fitted. And then after she's done, she says, "Alright, give me a day and I'll be ready."
Sounds good. I'll thank her.
Yep, tell Trait. He'll get off your ass then.
Alright.
Do you head back?
I'll head back. Let him know.
Okay.
Mission accomplished.
Good. I was worried you might have gotten distracted.
No. It's just heavy.
Right. Anyway, so let's get to work. So your training begins.
Woohoo!
Over the next year, you go through the rigorous practice of studying exactly how a deity can help you, how you contact your deity, and how you kind of work with what you already know and how your deity can help you, what their strengths are, and how you can channel them. Ask them for their help, and they will give it to you every time you ask, so long as you have the stamina left.
I'll always ask him how his day's going.
Sometimes he answers. Sometimes he will. Normally, when you ask your deity for a spell, the spell just happens. If
Sure.
you are righteous or following along with their code. But sometimes when you ask Kellenvor how he's doing, he tells you. It's never more than one sentence. But
Sure.
you bring this up to the other clerics, and they've never had that happen.
Maybe they never asked.
True, maybe they never asked. So, I need a few rolls from you.
Alright.
I would like a wisdom check.
Wisdom check. +3. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Okay. I would like a religion check.
$13.
I would like a strength check.
6.
And I would like a medicine check.
Medicine? Alright. Oh boy.
Okay.
I spend too much time asking Kellenvor how he's doing.
So, you are easily distracted. You go through the training
There's
with
a lot
Tree,
of books.
and you are always wanting to go see what that is. You are always wanting to go talk to that person. You're always wanting to ask him why this is important. When would I use this? And Treat is not a very patient man. After a while, there are a few things where he says, you'll pick it up in the process. And he moves on. There are a few things that you feel like maybe you missed. But you do... you do collect what you need to know to channel the divine energy.
Somehow.
Somehow. Perhaps it's...
Despite my terrible roll.
Perhaps your training in Procellus is enough to carry you through. Goodness gracious. Okay.
I love it. Great.
After a while, you do...
That was my high stat.
You do move on to studying your actual practice, your actual faith in Kelemvor, what Kelemvor demands of you. And you pick it up pretty well. He really, what he wants is for those who've passed away to actually pass away. He wants to escort souls to the afterlife, to where they belong. If they are a kind-hearted soul, they go to the God's plane whom they worshipped. If they don't have a particular god they focused on, Kelemvor kind of works with the Raven Queen to decide where they should go. And if they are not faithful, if they're an evil soul, they deal with that, sending them to the Nine Hells. Or if they are an atheist who does not believe in a deity, despite all evidence otherwise, they go somewhere else. Somewhere significantly worse. You have a hard time grasping that. But that's okay. You understand exactly what Kelemvor stands for, and he seems what he hopes for in Amaranth, and everyone that worships him. And for the most part, his beliefs are what you believe. People should be responsible for what they do. It's when you move on to actually using these in combat, showing that you are capable and potent on the front line as a cleric. You're a little clumsy. You're a little
just a little
little sloppy when it comes to fighting. Sometimes you land a good hit. Sometimes you impress Varian, but most of the time you're considered to be a support. You're considered to be the one in the back who provides help. Maybe emotional help. And then someone gets hurt. And you actually prove your worth. You're a potent healer. You're good at finding where someone's hurt and actually curing them. You're good at, when someone is injured, you know how to stop the bleeding. You know what to do. And you don't panic when someone is in trouble. And it is this asset that Treat finds most important. And at the end of the year, despite perhaps some complaints, he stops you and he says, "You're ready. Or at least, as ready as I think you're going to be."
I'm not sure. Shouldn't we go back over some of that stuff?
"I'm afraid our time is up, Kith.
Okay.
Now, if you take your trial and you do not pass, you can do it again. You can spend another year training and practicing. I won't think any less of you."
Okay.
But at the moment, I believe you'll pass. You just have to have faith. And that is honestly the biggest piece of advice I can give you for your trial, is to have faith.
Alright. If you think so.
I mean, honestly, you'll be alright.
Oh, thanks. Maybe the nicest thing he's ever said to me.
Go, get some rest. The rest of the day is yours. And then tomorrow, meet me here early in the morning.
Okay.
Perhaps go for a drink.
Oh. I'm gonna go hunt down Ollie, let her know that I'm taking my trial, give her the heads up.
Okay. You kind of track her down. She is probably doing the same thing.
Well, we did start at the same day, so it fits. Cool. I'll wish her luck.
Okay. We can assume that she wishes you luck back. With a hug,
Yes!
a warm embrace.
Yay! We can do this. If not, I gotta raise another 100 gold. So,
This is true.
alright. I get a good night's rest. I pray to Kelemvor that night.
Roll me another wisdom check with a proficiency.
Wisdom check and a proficiency. Okay.
A
Hey,
19.
not as bad.
I mean, this is the same
Alright.
roll you got when you rolled it with disadvantage. You feel that same warm breeze that you felt that first day. You're used to communing with Kellenborn now.
Alright. I'll let him know I'm taking my trial tomorrow, and hopefully it goes well, and...
I am excited to see how you do.
Oh, he answered me. Thanks. I'm excited too, but scared. Nervous, all of it.
You feel what it almost feels like a finger on your chin to lift your head up, and then the presence disappears.
Aw, how sweet. Okay, bedtime.
Okay.
Doing this. I'm ready.
Roll a wisdom save.
Wisdom save is a +5. Alright. Leah gave me lots of confidence to get a good night's sleep.
A 22.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You feel excited, but you feel yourself kind of eased by the presence of Kellenvor obviously watching you. And you fall asleep.
Aw.
You wake up, you feel rested. You feel ready to go, and you are first awake.
Yes! I get ready.
Yeah, you get kitted out.
Throw on that armor that I'm probably comfortable in by
you've,
now,
you've
right?
definitely gotten used to the full plate. Not the full, sorry. The half plate.
Half
It's
plate.
well made. It moves easily. It's a little noisy, but that doesn't ever bother you. You feel protected, and there have been many instances in your training that you would have gotten hit if you were not wearing the full plate. Half plate. God damn it. Anyway.
It's okay.
So, you get kitted out. You're wearing your armor. You've got your weapons. You have your shield and weapon. You are ready to go.
I'm ready.
Okay. So, do you push out the door and across the hall?
Yep.
You open the door. It is empty. You step into the room, and the room is completely empty, except for a well in the middle of the room.
Well, is that new?
Definitely. You turn around, and the door that closed right behind you is not there.
Oh. Okay. This is happening. Alright. Head over to the well.
Roll me a investigation check.
Oh, God. $13.
13. The inside of this well has strange inscriptions on the inside of it. You're not sure if they're words. They look kind of like symbols. They're definitely not holy symbols. You see, there is a large stone button on the outer ledge of the well. It's on the far side of the well from you. There is a door on the opposite side of the room of you. It is a stone door. And atop it, what languages do you speak?
Halfling, Elven, Common, and Gnomish? Yeah.
In Elven are symbols in a tight circle. You kind of glance up at them, and the fact that they're Elven kind of throws you off. They're in a circle, and they go from the number 20 counterclockwise down to the number 1. They look like they're carved into the stone.
Okay. What do I see in the well?
Water.
Okay. And is the door have like a doorknob, or is it just like a solid stone?
You kind of get closer and touch it. The door is solid stone. It looks like it was hewn from one piece.
Okay. Alright. Anything else look out of place, different, noticeable?
The room looks completely different from how it used to, but the walls and the floor and the ceiling look like they're made of large stone blocks, perfectly interlocking together.
Okay. I guess I'll hit the button.
You hit the button?
Yep.
The
Prepare myself.
On the circle, you see that the number 20 lights up green. And then the number 19 lights up green. And then 18.
Okay.
And then 17.
I'll head over
16.
by the door, but like next to it, so if anything bad comes out of the door, I don't get hit by
And
it.
then 15. It's still lit up green. And then 14.
Green?
13.
Does it move if I push on it?
What?
The door.
No. It is. You feel this
Okay.
door is solid as hell.
Okay, door's counting down.
12.
There's still water in the well, nothing else changes?
Yes. 11.
Okay, alright.
10. As soon as it reaches the number 10, the lights glow from green to yellow. 9.
Okay, alright. It's a traffic light door.
7.
It's fine. Proceed with
6,
caution on it.
5. As
Um,
soon as the light turns... As soon as it turns 5, the light turns bright red.
Oh god.
4. As soon as it reaches the number
Okay.
4, the room is plunged into darkness.
Knew that was coming. I'll cast light.
It doesn't seem to work.
Really? Cantrip doesn't work?
It does not work. You feel like
I did see
you
that
feel
coming.
Like the cantrip worked, but it is like an obscuring black darkness.
Okay,
4.
alright, okay.
3.
But I still see the
You
numbers?
still see the numbers.
Alright, I will make sure I've oriented myself pretty well, because I have a feeling it's going to get even darker.
As it hits the number,
Maybe have a hand against the wall.
as you hit the number, as it hits the number 3, you feel the floor begin to rumble. The entire room begins to quake.
God.
3. 2.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I should...
What are you gonna do?
Okay. Okay, maybe I'll head for the well.
You head for the well?
Yeah, I'll try to get to the well.
Okay. It's completely pitch dark.
Yep.
Roll.
But I know it was like ahead
You know
of me.
it was there,
so...
and you know, like, the button is on this side of the well from you.
Okay,
So you kind of stumble over to the well.
I'll try.
Yeah, you get to it. It's 2.
Okay.
1.
Is the water still in the well? Do I feel
You
it?
reach down and feel. Yeah, it's still there.
Okay.
As the last light on the, as the last number glows a bright red, all of the lights disappear. The darkness persists, and then you feel that rumbling increase. Just, and then where the door was, you just see fire. Just.
Okay. Fire.
But you see, the stone door is gone.
Yeah, I was supposed to be doing something, but too late now. Is the fire spreading, or is it just over there?
It is wreathing the door frame, but you see that it's like a wall of fire that circles where the door used to be, and now it's just an open doorway.
Is there anything through the door?
It's hard to tell with the dancing flames in front. The fire seems to be the only thing that cuts through the darkness.
Okay, is there anything that I see in the room lit by the fire that different or wasn't there before?
You see your shadow is dancing on the wall behind you a little aggressively because of the flames. You see the well with the button on it. You see the water inside the well. It's rippling with the rumbling that's still happening. That's it.
I'll hit the button again.
As soon as you hit the button, the door shuts and the timer 20, 19,
Okay, alright.
18,
Door shuts. The
17,
timer.
16.
I will reach out to Kellenvor in prayer. Be like, hey,
Roll me a...
hope you're having a good
Roll
day.
me another wisdom check.
Not quite sure what to do here. And I was told to have faith, so gotta have faith. 16.
16.
Don't want to make you look bad. Not a clue what to do.
You don't hear anything. You feel his presence is definitely with you, but you don't really get an answer.
Okay. Is there like a bucket by the well?
No.
All right. Okay.
12.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
11.
Wait for the door to open again.
You're waiting for the door to open? Okay. 10.
Yep. I've got a plan.
Lights turn yellow. 9. 8.
Mm-hmm.
7. 6. 5. The lights go out. It's complete pitch black darkness again. 4.
Yep.
The ground begins to rumble again. Just.
Yep. All right.
3.
Same.
2. The lights are flashing red. 1. The lights go out. The door vanishes and a ring of fire emerges again, surrounding the doorway.
All right. I'll approach the door. Is it like crazy hot?
You definitely feel heat.
All right. Do I think I can get through it without burning myself?
You can't even see through the fire. Like there is no way to get through without being burned or licked by flames.
Okay.
It's like, okay, I may not be describing this very well. Through the doorway, you see there is fire, and it's like, it looks like it's a narrow hallway, and it's filled with flames.
Oh, okay. All right. It's a flaming hallway. There's fire everywhere.
You just, immediately inside this doorway, all you see is fire.
Because I was thinking like I'd jump in the water and soak myself with water and then see if I could go through the doorway, but you're saying that's not going to work.
I'm saying you just see fire in this hallway.
That seems like a bad idea if all I see is fire. There's no clear exit. Okay, a timer that counts down. A well. Alright. I guess I will explore the well. I'll see if I can swim down. Maybe there's something down there?
Okay, so you jump into the well.
But I'm in plate, so
You're in half plate. That does not keep you from swimming in it. It just, instead of floating, naturally you'll sink.
Do I feel confident that I can swim back up in half plate?
What's your athletics skill? +1?
0 +1 with the strength.
Maybe not super confident. It's not. You feel a little nervous about it. Do you have... Roll me a perception check looking into the well.
Alright. Sounds good. Perception. Oh my god!
It's hard to see down this well. The light flickering from the flames makes it really hard to tell if the water's deep.
Alright, I'll hit the button again so the lights
20.
turn back on.
19.
And then I'll look down in the
Roll
well.
me another perception check. 12.
12.
You see that the well is actually pretty damn shallow. It seems like it only goes down about 5 feet.
Oh! Well, I'll jump in the well. Take a peek-see.
You jump in.
Why not? I can dry off easy enough.
It reaches just over your head. You know, you can submerge yourself fully in the well. You run your...
Yeah, but I'm not as scared
Sure.
if it's 5 feet.
You run your hands along the walls inside the well. It's solid stone.
Okay,
Roll me
alright.
an investigation check while you're in the well.
Pretty sure that's plus nothing. Yep.
4. The water
4!
is cool. It's a well.
Alright, I'll get back out of the water.
You're kind of dripping water all over
I'm
the
pretty
stone.
sure the fire's kicking... What was that?
It's down to like 10, 9.
Oh, alright, I'll wait in the water until it hits 0.
Okay, so you get back in the well. 3,
Yeah, I won't climb out until the door is open with the fire
Okay.
again.
5, 4. The lights go out and you are submerged and it is pitch black.
Yep, that's not freaky at all.
3,
Okay,
2.
I'll climb out.
Okay, you climb out with at 2.
Yep.
Okay. 1, you're dripping wet.
Yep,
0.
and I'll approach the door of fire,
The door,
all wet.
as it hits 0 and the flame is roaring at you, you feel hot air being blown out of this tunnel just from the convection currents. It's hot.
Uh-huh. I will tentatively try to move in with, but if I think it's getting, too hot, I'll get back out.
You roll me a con save?
God.
To see if you can withstand the height?
Have faith, he says. Oh, have faith. It'll be fine. Yep.
20.
All right. Okay.
What part of your body are you sticking into the flame?
Oh, I might have done that wrong. Nope, no, I did. I don't know. I'll reach out a hand.
A hand. You stand outside the curtain of fire and you put your hand out into the flame. And it feels like it's getting hot. It feels like it's getting really hot. But you don't ever feel it burn you.
Okay. All right. I'll keep heading into the fire.
It is uncomfortable. It hurts. It feels like you're just on the verge of burning to death, but you never do.
But my skin doesn't, fry up? Okay.
No.
All right. I push forward. All right. I'm feeling confident. All right, K-Man. I got this.
It's hard to see. The flames are licking at your eyes, and it's hard to keep your eyes open enough to see where you're going. And the hallway splits off, left and right.
God. Okay. Okay. All right. Do I see any difference between the two?
Roll me an investigation.
Nope.
6. No, they look identical.
All right. I'll reach out, pray again. Okay, how about now? You got any suggestions?
Roll me another wisdom
God.
check.
So hot in here. This is really hot.
17. You feel a significant pull to the left.
Okay, I'll go left.
Okay. You push through, and the hallway, which was wreathed in flames and burning you as soon as you step across the threshold into that left hallway, you're thrust into pitch blackness. But you're not burning anymore.
Okay. Okay. All right.
You actually don't feel like you were ever on fire. You feel comfortable. You feel cool.
Okay. All right. I'll try casting light again.
Still nothing.
Okay, it's dark. Totally dark?
You can't see the hand in front of your face.
Alright. I'm going to slowly move forward. And... Oh, wait. I'll ask Kellenvor. Got some help with this one, too? I don't know if I should be asking you. I'm sorry if I'm bothering you, but, I don't want to fall into a pit on some spikes or something.
Okay. Roll it.
Nope.
You feel his presence, but you don't.
He's figure this one out. Okay, I'll cautiously move forward, using my bare feet to feel the floor for any holes.
Yeah, you feel the floor underneath your feet. It feels like the same stone you were on a moment ago.
Maybe there's another well in front of me? I don't know. I'll explore.
A moment ago, you turned left and you were turning into a hallway. So you're walking down a hallway and you can't see anything.
Oh, okay. I'm still going down the hall. Okay, I misunderstood. Alright, I guess I'll just keep moving forward. I'll try to find the wall and use that as a...
You try to find the wall?
Guide? Yeah.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, sure.
17.
17.
Which side do you look for the wall on? The right or the left?
The left.
As you move to the left with your hand outstretched, feeling for the wall, you feel like your hand should have hit the wall already. And then you feel your stomach almost fly up into your neck as your left foot, your toes, breach the edge of something, and you almost fall.
Oh, great. Okay, alright. Okay, so there's a hole. I'll try to feel to the right very carefully to see if there's a hole on that side.
Okay, you go back.
Yes.
You can't find the wall, and you almost fall off again. This time a little more careful.
Alright, I will move forward as best I can.
Okay.
And do this.
It's frightening. You keep moving forward, and you feel the cold stone under your feet. You hear a breeze in your ears. Your own breathing is echoing in the room.
Heart's going a mile a minute.
You keep walking. You keep walking. You don't find a wall. It feels like this path that you're on continues.
For how long?
You don't know. It keeps going.
Right. Okay, so let's see. The last one was like walk into the fire. This one, there's a path. Do I like just walk blindly forward and trust, or do I jump and trust? Okay, these are great options. Well, jumping is... If I walk forward and fall, it's the same as jumping. So I'll try to walk forward blindly.
Okay. You keep walking forward. Along.
If I fall, well, I guess I was supposed to jump.
You keep walking forward blindly on the path. Roll me an investigation check.
4. Die.
Okay. Your heart is pounding in your ears, and you're beginning to get those weird, like, flashes you get in the corners of your vision from holding your eyes closed too long, but your eyes are open. It's very unnerving. And all the while you're moving on this path, it's every time you scout over to the sides, you always feel that corner as if you're going to fall off.
Yeah, okay. Alright. And I guess I'll stay the course for a little while, and if I feel like nothing's changing... Alright. Are people known to die in these tests?
You didn't ask.
Great. Should have asked that. That would have been a good question. That's why my wisdom was so low. Alright. I'll reach out one more time and be like, alright, Kellenvor, I'm gonna jump. And, this is probably really stupid, but I don't really have another idea of what to do. So, I'm sorry if I let you down on this one. It's been real. And then I will jump. So stupid.
Oh, you're jumping?
Yep.
Which way?
Left.
You roll me an athletics check.
Oh, great. Athletics. +1. Oh, good.
You leap. You feel weightlessness. You feel like you're falling. And then you feel like you're suddenly... You're dunked into water. And you can see. There's light, and you're looking at stone, and as you emerge from the water, you see a ring with 20 numbers on it and a button directly in front of you.
Oh my god, seriously?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, man. Alright. 21.
21.
Was I supposed to jump right?
You see something that was not... This feels like the same room you were in before. Only this time, on the stone door ahead of you, is the symbol of Kellenvor.
Ooh! Okay. I'll approach it? Touch it?
It feels like cold stone, but the symbol feels like it is scratched into the stone. Like somebody engraved it.
Okay. I will guess it's on the door.
Yes.
Door's still solidly closed. All right, I'll hit the button.
20. 19.
Yeah.
18. 17.
We skipped a one.
You stand and wait. The lights go out at 5. The floor begins to rumble. And then the counter gets to 0, and the door opens. And the lights come back on. And you are looking out into a grassy field.
Okay.
It's familiar. It's...
Okay.
You step out through the door?
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, you step out into the door and you out into the grassy field, and you hear, well, that was quicker than I thought it would be.
Really?
Treat is standing nearby, and you realize that you have just stepped out of a boulder. There
Whoa.
is no sign of the doorway you just walked through.
Huh.
And Treat looks at you and he says, well done.
That was it?
That was it.
Oh, thank goodness. That was rough.
Well, you made it.
I did. Woo! I'll give him a hug.
He's startled for a
So-
moment, and then he returns the hug.
Aw.
And then he kind of
Yay!
pushes you off, and he says, "All right. Oi, you got guts, kid. You made it through. That's the first who's done it in 2 years.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Most can't seem to get over that fear of jumping."
Well, like you said, gotta have faith, right? So I figured you wouldn't have said that if it didn't mean something, so I did.
I began to think I was wrong, because I told that to everybody, and I guess it never took.
Well,
Regardless,
I guess I figured if I couldn't get what I needed or what I wanted, then what was the point?
well, you made it. So well done. I'm proud of you. The rest of the day
Thanks.
is yours, and you do have plenty of daylight left. It is just breaching afternoon.
Right. I'm gonna go see how my friend did.
All right. Good job.
Thanks. Yay! Alright.